Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo is back tonight with a great conversation interview with a great friend of mine. Card Snipers is here tonight. I'll be honest, I first came across Card Snipers through Bench Clear Media probably about 6, 8 months ago. I reached out to them, got involved with their Discord, learned a lot back then about bots and monitors and cooks and chefs and all that stuff. And with what's been going on recently in Target and the retail, I reached out to Card Snipers again, and it was great enough to get this conversation going. So we're going to talk to the man. I'm going to refer to you as Card Snipers right now. Okay. And then
how
you
you
can
guys
talk
doing?
about your group. Let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your group, and how people and what's going on in the market and what you're seeing as far as
Got
changes
it.
and growth.
All
We'll
right.
take it from
So
there.
my first name is Roman. That's all I was mentioned for now. But
Awesome.
basically, I am the owner and founder of Car Snipers. And what we are is we are a cook group. Basically, what a cook group is we provide information and software and tools in order to help get products at retail. Especially, this is going to be super useful in the transition that we're seeing from Target and what I expect to follow from other stores such as Walmart and it maybe even Mayhers and all those stores. And basically, kind of to sum it up, here some of the tools that we offer are monitors and bot help. So the reality of this is it's an ever-changing game.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have the challenge, the even I would say challenge or benefit of waking up and knowing your vendor schedule, or going in the morning and going with your buddies and knowing that you'll be able to catch a Target restock at 8 a.m. Eastern time on a
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
That the sad reality is gone, and
Yeah.
the the real reality is it's most likely all transitioning to online. And we're here to help you guys. So one of the things that we offer, mainly our main
Let me
benefit, is our monitors.
let me pause you and then kind of say to the audience. I think this is an important fact, right? What's going on right now is most of the time, some portion of the product goes to the stores and a portion that goes online. What we're seeing is we know Target is saying everything they have for right now, weeks or months, will be going online. And that's why this is very important. Now, Roman's going to explain
Correct.
what a monitor is. And to me, what I understand is the monitor is giving you quick access of telling you when this stuff hits the online. It is faster than a notification you're going to get sent. It's the fastest start letting even a bot know what's going on. It lets you know the product has dropped. I'm assuming that they're not all dropping the same time. There's random drop times so that, and you can talk to that. I know looking at the monitors, I'm seeing stuff coming at different times. Can you talk more
So
about that?
would you be able to screen share?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's a great point. Let me pull up.
And
So right now I'm
open
in
up
the
open up a Target. I'm scroll up a bit. Target restocks. Perfect.
I'll scroll
And
down.
scroll all the way up. Actually, I'll tell you when to stop.
And so we're
Keep
looking at it
going.
right here is the Discord group. And there's a whole bunch of these different monitors on the left that monitor different products, different stores. You got Target, Walmart, Focus Center, UFC. So they can be tuned to different things. They can do what? PlayStations, Xboxes. Forgive me for my slow internet access. Still going up.
Okay.
Still going.
Keep going. Keep going. All right. Starts. Okay. A little bit more, and then you can kind of members will be able to a little bit more. Keep going. There we go. Keep going. Keep going.
There's Prism, Chronicles, Prism. Yep. Pokemon. Select.
All right. You could scroll down, and you could pause. You could pause it here. Basically, so kind of to break this down. I want to start from the beginning. I can guarantee you we have the fastest monitors out there. Our Target and Best Buy monitors are custom coded, and we compare to other big groups, and we were 1 or 2 seconds faster today, which in this world makes a huge difference. So
And I want to stress
what
it's an interesting point what you said is today, because like you said, this is a technology battle, right? Because the other side is tweaking their system. You guys are tweaking your system. Your competitors tweak their system. Things change every day, which makes this really
exactly.
cool.
So one of the benefits that you get from our monitors is you're able to see the stock. So for example, I could guarantee you that 5,000 hanger dropped. And I could also guarantee that
Wow.
this number will double, if not triple, since product will be all moved online and it will no longer be in stores.
Yes.
So you could see up to 15 or 20,000 stock drop at a time. And this is just for one product. As you could go down, you could scroll down, you could see, we have Pokemon as well, and we picked all of this up. And on Friday alone, with a group of only about half of our members were able to touch product. So for example, the Bowman, dropped 12,000. So they dropped a total of 24, 25 actually,
Wow.
including these two.
And they
So
picked it
kind
up.
of,
Well, let me just clarify this for everybody. So they picked it up simply by getting the notification and then clicking on their own website and running their own credit card. So if it wasn't that you had to use a bot after this, right? And I think
yeah.
that's an important point I want to make there. That's really cool about Card Snipers is you don't have to have a bot. You're using a monitor and the awareness and the guidance of saying, hey, these products have dropped. We know how much has dropped. Go get it. And now you get an opportunity to a fair opportunity in many ways, if you want to look at it, to race to make that transaction happen. If your credit card's in your account faster, right? If you're on a high-speed internet access.
One thing I do want to mention, and this is very important. At the end of the day, we cannot guarantee that you will be able to secure these products because there are a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah.
I will mention a few of them right now. First, you need to be quick on your feet with your computer. You know how to use your computer. You need to have a good computer. You need to have quick Wi-Fi. So, for example, even with the stock able to click the purchase button in 10 seconds, you're out of luck. The Prism, for example, sold out, I would say, in 1 to 2 seconds. So it's kind of like you also have to pay attention to details such as the stock. Here, I saw this right away, and I remember my reaction was, okay, I'm going to go for the Bowman, even though it may not be as profitable because I know the Prism will be sold out by the time I even get on the website. Second thing is I cannot guarantee once, as Ziggy mentioned, it's an everlasting battle between groups, and it's also an everlasting battle between the people at corporate at Target and the young developers in their early teens and 20s working and developing this code that kind of beats the corporate people. So for example, the past 2 months before last week, no bot worked on Target, no bot. Everyone was able to purchase manually. However, on the very last drop, there were 2 bots that worked, and I would say they took 50 to 60% of stock. So that's the sad reality of it. It's everlasting. Next drop could be all bots take stock, or next drop could be
and this is
no bots take
clarify.
stock.
You are in the community where you hear from another guy in another Discord group, and you've talked about these things earlier. There are other Discord groups that actually own powerful bots.
Correct.
So one of them basically will come out and brag and show a picture of, hey man, our bot just took down X thousand boxes, right?
Correct.
That's how you're able to confirm it. It's not rumor, it's not BS. It's like, hey, look, man,
it's confirmed rumors.
It's confirmed kill.
So not all groups are partnered with a bot. Some people just have a bot and they're not partnered with a group. For example, I don't believe Trickle is partnered with a group, neither is eStock. And these are 2 very good kind of bots. The only one I could kind of confirm is KSR is partnered with GFNF. And there's also one more bot, Ominous, is partnered with Poke World or one of the Pokemon. But that's mainly like a Pokemon bot. And we focus on all sports cards. We also even focus on Funkos, GPUs, PS5s, because at the end of the day, those all help bring home profit.
Yep.
You could get up to $200, $300 profit.
How about sneakers?
We try to step away from sneakers. However, if it's like a raffle and everyone can enter it, yeah, shoot your luck. We let you guys know. If it's a raffle, yeah. Because in sneakers are a completely different market and you need completely different bots. There are bots that only work on sneakers and do not work on retail stores. And there are bots which are only focused on retail stores.
And again, let me just emphasize again for everybody, you don't need a bot to be in this game, right? You can just have the knowledge and the ability to then go after it, right? And when you mention those letters of these different groups and these different bots, it also makes it sound like, okay, these bots, it's not like it's a commercialized bot, like there's not 500 copies of it. It sounds like there's very, very sophisticated bots. And correct me if I'm wrong, Roman, they're managed by probably a very, very smart developer or developers who are tweaking it on a daily basis.
Right.
And they too are competing, and they're not going to give that bot away, right? You have to be a member of their group, be vetted in, or you have to, be part of their team or whatever. So
Ziggy isn't actually, in fact, correct. So bots try to maintain one thing. One is they try to maintain low quantity for the numbers of users for their bots. And there are bots who don't do that. And honestly, I've seen the downfall of that bot. For example, Stellar. I was myself a Stellar user, And I actually did have success with it. I was able to purchase a GPU on Best Buy, and I was also able to purchase Premier League when it dropped about a month and a half ago with the bot. So it was a cheap bot. I definitely made my money back. However, in the past month and a half, maybe, um, Stellar has opened up to over 10,000 users, and it has completely killed the bot. So the owner got greedy. You know, he's probably in, I don't know the owner personally, but I know he's even younger than I am. So think about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he just cashed out, and the bot didn't work today on Best Buy because the bypass wasn't it got like turned off. And for the past three Target drops, all of my orders have been canceled. But at the end of the day, this bot was $400, so I got what I paid for.
Yep. So that's a good point, guys. Again, so people out there, we're talking to one person here, right? There's probably a lot of people out there making bots. A lot of people are going to be selling or getting, you know, and I think one of the takeaways, right, is that you get what you pay for. Like you said, you pay $400 for a bot, it might get you a few things, it probably pays it off for it. But if you are smart, maybe it's getting the information and then again using your own manual will and power to go after it. It seems like it's a much easier way to chase retail behind my keyboard and a high-speed internet access than it does sitting at Target all night, right?
Yeah.
For
So
one or three boxes.
I agree. I agree 100%. The reality, you know, I'm going to be completely straightforward and honest with everyone. Try your best in order to learn a bot. Do not ever rely on going with manual, because, you know, I myself have kind of not picked up, was able to purchase anything because my bot wasn't working, and crap, I'm out of luck. And these bots were able to beat me. For example, today is a perfect example of, so today is Thursday, May 13th, and Walmart dropped today hangers at a little bit over retail, and they dropped UFC. Only 4 or 5 members who didn't use a bot were able to purchase because bots took all the stock, and I mean all. And it's not, you know, not just because their monitors were faster. No, our monitors are fast. However, these bots are 30 to 50 times faster than a person who's going to take 5 seconds. Even the fastest person is going to take 5 seconds, but the bot is going to take 2 to 3.
Can I ask on that? Are the bots taking everything though? Do you think that happens, or do you think it does? Let me ask you this. Target and Walmart, they see these huge transactions going out the door, right? They see 100 boxes going to a PO box. They know a bot did that, correct? I mean, and talk about their fence. Is Walmart and Target, do they care?
Yeah, okay. This is also an important one. Walmart does not give a flying, they don't care about anything. You could, you know, there's someone even in my server today who was able to pick up 13 megas, and he got it manually. He got it lucky. However, there is a person, I think, who picked up over 100 mega boxes or 100 hangers. It was one bot. And, you know, that's a lot of profit and a lot of cost. Target does care, however. So Target only allows you to purchase, one product with a limit of 3 per profile, per account. So let's say, So let's say I have one Target account, correct?
Yep.
And I purchase 3 Bowmans, correct? And I check and they're still in stock. And this actually happened to me. I tried to purchase 3 more, my order got canceled. I'm only limited.
The first order
right away. The second order got canceled right away. In literally right away. Because they have better protection, and you know, they kind of have the suspicion. And so that's how it works. However, Walmart does not care about anything.
So it's, again, I think that's an interesting point, right? So I'm seeing more value in this, right? If I have the information of knowing when the drop takes place, I have a better chance of getting something on Target. And again, if I can see, like you said earlier, if I see a monitor come by and tell me, hey, there's 20,000 Bowman boxes and there's, 15 Prism boxes, well, I probably have a good chance of those Bowman boxes because it's on Target. There's a lot of them. Everybody can't get them. Bots can't get everything. I have a shot. And that, I think that's great intel right there.
Exactly. And so another thing that even myself and the people who use bots is, keep in mind, we have the power to make 10, 20, 30 Target accounts. So that's how you see those people who get 100, 200 products in a day from Target. But it gets so much complicated more than this. You have to make sure each one has a different address. You have to make sure each one has a different credit card. And of course, there's ways around this, and we kind of explain it. So if you live, let's say you live in 100 Church Street, your main account would have 100 Church Street as an address. Your second account, if you live in a house, could have 100 Church Street apartment 3. You live in a house, but you still put apartment 3 and they still drop it off. You could put floor 5, you could put garage 36.
Love it.
But it works. It works. And that's
Yeah.
the only way that you're not going to get canceled, because it's a different address. And there's this thing called privacy.com, which lets you generate credit cards. And it just charges your main card or your bank account, whichever you select it to. And it allows you to generate cards. So there's 2 factors that kind of cause cancellations.
Okay,
One of
hold
them
on,
is,
hold on a second. So in other words, I can go, if I didn't have a credit card, I could go get a credit card number that's basically going to pull from my bank account.
I believe you do. I believe it pulls either from your debit or credit card from your
Yeah,
main
okay.
one, or
Yeah.
even bank account. This is for if you're running more than one account.
So I could get 3 credit card numbers using one back end debit card.
Correct.
Freaking amazing.
And the reason for this is to avoid cancels, because if you're gonna hit on one, it's so let's say I use the same credit card on all 3 accounts, right?
Yep.
And all 3 accounts are instantly going to get canceled instantly, because Target has a lot better bot protection than Walmart. Walmart, you don't even have to be signed into account to purchase. You have guest mode. Target doesn't have that.
Let me take a
So think
second.
about
quickly.
that.
Let me take a second real quickly. I want to say to the audience, okay, if you're watching still and you're sitting there going, oh, I freaking hate this. Oh, this is terrible. I want you to think about the sports card industry and everything going on it. Okay. I love the entrepreneurialism here. Look, this is an arms battle. You can either be in it or you can sit on the side and complain about it. Okay. I will tell you, there are worse people, in my opinion, doing worse things than bots. I think this is awesome. I have not used a bot. I love this monitoring thing. I will be using the monitor in the future. You can be mad at me if I am. Am I a flipper? I'm a man who enjoys sports cards. Okay. And I'm tired of being taken advantage by paying super premium price. So I know there's people out there probably watching this going, I don't know, this sounds terrible. This is genius. This guy's telling you stuff that, again, credit cards, addresses. It's like you said, it's a battle. They're changing stuff and they have to change on the other side. It's also interesting how Walmart isn't. The guest mode thing. So it does kind of makes sense. Walmart's like, yeah, we don't care. Let me ask you this. Do you ever think Walmart and Target would totally stop doing sports cards? I mean, did they?
Online, never. In person,
Right?
yes.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I think that's what people need to think about, is that at least the immediate future, it's probably like Walmart will probably go in this direction as well, right? I mean, with the pressure going on right now, it's only a matter of time before Walmart goes online, and they're not going to give up on Panini and Topps and these companies. They have contracts, they make money. Even I'll tell you what, I think Panini would give the product away to these companies to keep that stream going, right? Because it does bring them
100%.
so much more value. So I won't go into the battle there.
If you actually watched, I also try to keep myself educated on the topic, and there was a very good interview posted yesterday with DJ. I forgot his last name.
Yes. I was
So
watching
he even mentioned Target is their biggest supporter for the past 6 years, and there are even stores which allocate 36 square footage for sports cards. Some smaller stores even get 10 to 20% of their revenue a month from sports cards. Keep in mind. So I don't think there's going to be going away anytime soon, but they do have, of course, they have to face the issue of, what's been going on with the riots and the gunfights and all the chaos over, at the end of the day, what is small pieces of cardboard, but it makes sense. And
well, again, I'll say a couple things. It's being emphasized that it's happening. It is money. It's not just cardboard. Let's be honest. It's money. They're fighting over money.
It is.
I know we say it's cardboard, but it's sad. It is money. It's the way the world is. Look, it could be gas too. I'm sure people are fighting over gas right now too. In certain areas.
Exactly. And so exactly. But that's why I enjoy waking up at 7 in the morning, getting in my pajamas, stepping 3 feet, and being able to purchase product, go back to bed, wake up for class.
Now, let me ask you another quick question. Other thing that your group can provide is a place to buy and sell, right?
Correct.
Like, for example, if you're watching this and you don't want to get a monitor, you don't want to get a bot, or you don't feel like chasing it, but hey, you don't want to pay $150 for a box of Prism anymore. You could buy from some of these guys inside your group, right? They do some selling inside.
Yeah. So you're not going to get it at retail. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
However, you're not going to get it with the eBay fees or any of those things. So, for example, we offer basically a marketplace. We have a willing to sell and willing to buy channel.
Yep.
So basically, I'll use myself an example. On Friday, I was able to pick up three Bowman Megas.
Yep.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yes, I believe okay. Yes, I'm correct. And I was able to sell them at a member for about 270 in total shipped
Yep.
because they sent me. I mean, I'm trusted. I don't
What are
advise
those?
anyone
What are
else.
those going right now at premium? 270.
Around 70 to 80 a box
Okay, but that would.
before fees.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, I gave them away for around 65. It came out to like 60, 65 per box after
Yeah.
shipping and all that. So, I like met in the middle because it saved me time, saved me
It's also
energy.
cash flow, right? I mean, I guess here's
Exactly.
where I would go with this. One thing that I mentioned to you is that I feel like if you come into the group, you meet the right person, you could actually front them some money. If you have a relationship with somebody you trust, right? Some of these young guys, right? Roman probably doesn't have a lot of cash flow, but if you found a guy, said, look, I'll give you, $5,000 up front. And as you get product, I want you to sell it back to me at X dollars, right? That might be an easy way.
It's an interesting concept. It's once again, we're a little bit small. We only have like 4 to 5 guys on the team, and that would be a very big operation in terms of
I'm just being creative.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but I want the audience to think about that is that you don't, it's not about, oh, I want to get it. You're not going to get it at $19 a box right now. Right. In the way this world is, unless you're fast enough on your computer, but I'm willing to pay a premium for somebody else's work and help them in what they're doing, building their business. So I'm just saying there's creative things. I love the entrepreneurialism. I don't want you guys thinking that when you see me up in boxes that I just bribe somebody in a group in the future, but it's just, I'm thinking outside the box.
Yeah, you're totally correct. So yeah, we have people willing to buy, people willing to sell. We have a good community, and most of the majority is most all people love this group,
Yep.
and you're also kind of paying for an issue of safety. If anyone ever even kind of tells me that they're getting scammed, that person is getting kicked out of the group right away.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you should be paying them Zelle or wire transfer. You should still be doing PayPal goods and services. But that's kind of also an insurance that you're getting with this group, since majority 99% people actually want to be in here.
Now let me ask you: are you concerned about one of the things we're talking about is you're opening, you're advertising. If you want to get part of Card Snipers too, you can, and you can share that with them. But do you vet them? Are you worried about somebody coming in and I don't know? Is there concern there? I don't know if they could.
100%, 100%. So that was like one of our biggest issues while we were in beta. We were a free group, so anyone was able to join, and it wasn't as bad, but the first one was a bit tremendous. You have some trolls coming in sometimes, or some scammers, and I've had to deal with that a couple of times. And basically, I learned I just got to put my foot down. At the end of the day, I just be like, listen, like you're out. That's it. I don't care. No excuses.
You have admins. You have a staff that helps you. You have a membership.
I have phenomenal staff, phenomenal admins. Everyone's on board. I have a great team.
Can you talk about the membership and talk about if people are out there interested in joining this group and learning more, what's the path and how much does it cost? And
so at the end of the day, we can't flood 1,000 to 2,000 members like that right away. So we do try to keep it more, I would say, exclusive. So we're like opening up maybe like 10 to 20 spots a month, just to make sure that everyone, because it also increases competition between the members.
Yep.
If you have a group of 2,000 people,
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yep.
So basically the best way is probably find us on Twitter at Card Snipers. And if you're interested, we have a Google form which you can fill out with your Twitter name, with your email, with your Discord name. Make sure you put your Twitter down, because when it's time, I will be contacting you on Twitter. We also just made an Instagram, so I haven't posted anything on yet, but the submission form is up there as well. It's a Google form. You fill it out, and the pricing is there. Pricing changes weekly depending on how the group is doing and supply compared to demand.
What does that mean? Changes weekly.
So let's say we have a dry week, and some members want to go in. I could offer for like $30 a month. But if the supply is there, if the group is doing phenomenal, the past month we've been doing great. I can promise you I'll never make it ever more than like $50 a month, and that's the absolute most. But it's going to range between the $30, $40 a month. Once again, it's just supply and demand.
It's kind of a team sharing thing, right? If the group is lucrative, then the fees don't go up. If the group is not doing as well, the fee is higher. Does that make sense? And you notify, and how do you take payment? Is it a PayPal transaction?
So it's a monthly subscription. It's all set up on card. So once you get in at that price, it's gonna automatically stay there for basically forever. It's just a monthly subscription. We have that set up. And kind of interesting how it works is another thing is you could also consider this group maybe as an investment. So if a group gets really good and there's a lot of demand for it, but let's say, which is our goal, the supply is non-existent because they're maxed out at 1,500 members, and 1,000 people more people want to join. You get a key, and you could sell your key to another person. So for example, there's a really large sneaker group. It's called Notify. It's $60 a month, and people are paying $1,000
To get a
to a
key.
third party person
Yep.
just to get into this group.
So let me just clarify that. This makes sense. So your group right now, you're growing. You're a couple hundred members. You're trying to manage
Mhm.
that. You manage it through your subscription. Your goal is to get to the point where you're an elite group where people want to be in and you've capped it. So this is not going to be something that's going to be unlimited membership. Eventually, you're going to have to close the door and say, look, we have 500
Exactly.
members. That's all. Now, if you want to get, if you'd like to, you could sell that membership to somebody else or trade that token or whatever is what the potential future could be, right?
Correct. And I'm gonna be like straight up. We do want to add a lot more features. Basically, the only thing that's kind of stopping us from being at the top.
I have a bad internet connection real quickly. Still there? Damn it.
You hear
Remy
me?
still there?
Yep, you hear me?
Yeah, I
Hello?
heard you. So last thing you said was the only thing stopping you from getting to the top was
Okay, so the only thing stopping us from getting to the top is since we're only basically a month out of beta, actually 2 weeks out of beta. So I'm sure with success and with recognition, it will grow. But so like getting our name out there into the community, and the second thing is getting our own bot,
Yep.
and that is something that we 100% plan on in the future. Keep in mind, coding a bot for a group is not going to be cheap. It will cost me a lot of money,
Yep.
and every dollar we make, we go put back into the business. So that's something that I would love to offer back to the group eventually. It's going to require a lot of work and some time, just time and constant growth that we're going.
So let me say this. Okay. So in other words, if you're out there listening to this and you're a developer, coder, you got the skills, you might reach out and be part of this group. And what they're really doing is they're looking to do that, be a group that can have their own bot, that can, get in its own battle, that can really, go head to head with other groups. Other groups that have their own bot, they have their own developer, right? Those are wanted, coveted groups.
Yeah, I could agree. This is a very I need this position badly. So if you're willing to work with us, maybe we could work some kind of even percentage deal out in the future.
Yep.
Would be very interested.
Yep. So I think that's awesome. Again, if there's a young guy out there, a young woman in the developing coding, I think again, if I had the skills, I wouldn't be talking to you people out there right now. But I think it's great. I think it's awesome. And I also let me just take another step back. One thing I love about the hobby is this community. I really do like community. And whether you like it or not, I think of this as community. These guys are coming together, right, to think of a way that they can get retail products, right? And other people are out there complaining. So you can either come inside or you go find your own group, whatever, you make your decisions. I like the fact you're keeping this exclusive, right? There's a limit to this, right? I also I assume there's some vetting, right? So if someone's already in the group, it's probably an easier path to get in if he had a friend who wants to get in, right? But if you're brand new and you come to the website and you got no background, no one knows who you are on Twitter, you got no Instagram account, no history, you're probably not gonna have a chance, right? So
correct. Yeah, so we have a referral system as well. Basically, we kind of one thing we try to focus on is knowing our members basically like one-on-one.
Yep.
Which I feel like no other group does. So I've one thing I'm kind of proud of is I have maybe 30 to 40% of my members. I kind of know them already. I don't know their names, but I know how they are.
Yeah.
And I know how they are in terms of success. Are they able to purchase items? Are they kind of just like a free roamer that they don't talk and they just purchase like once in a while and don't post anything? Try to be active as well. That's another big thing. The community, some people just want a place to talk. And one thing a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, everyone in here is like a reseller. I would say maybe 60 to 70% of the people rip the cards they get in here. In my group, 60 to 70.
That's a good point.
Yeah, 60 to 70 people, 60 to 70% of the people rip, and they got some luck, and it's up to the individual at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that's awesome too. I think that's a good point. I mean, again, and of the people who are ripping, they're probably grading and sending in at the PSA and, going to make money that way. Everybody has a different way they play the game in the hobby.
Right.
So I think
And one
that's
more
all.
thing I do want to add, this isn't 100% confirmed, but we're trying to get a PSA representative into the group who
A
would be
PSA
able to do,
representative.
not a grader, better way to say
A
it.
grader. Okay.
Yeah,
Somebody who
so
can
someone
grade
who,
cards.
yes, exactly. So
Okay.
someone, who collects it and is able to, so like basically like a representative for a company which grades cards. So for example, like KK Sports Cards or one of those guys, and hopefully they well, that's still in the works. Just so you don't have to like go out of your way and you could just
So
kind
you're
of do
looking
it
for a
through the group.
subgroup, right?
Yes,
To work
correct.
with you guys.
Subgroup.
So there's a subgroup out there, and maybe you wanted to offer subbing as a service to the group. You could get access to the monitors, right?
Yeah, once again, something I would have to negotiate.
Consider, yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I understand because you're going to give him access to guys who are going to want great cards, and he's probably going to suburbs and get some, bulk deal from you guys. Makes sense. Are you looking for PSA specifically? Would you look at SGC and all that stuff?
I'm as of right now, I'm open to anything.
Okay.
It's I haven't really even had time to touch this. Just like honestly, I used to be if you remember my first Discord, I was heavy on investments.
Yep. Yep.
The last time I made a basketball investment was maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Only sad reality is because how the market's going. If the market was kind of how it was last year, investment every day. But
Well, I
it's to
think
the
this is
point.
the best. Personally, I'll say I'm kind of bearish in the market. I think we're in a correction mode. I think there's
Yeah.
too many overvalued product out there. I think sealed wax is one of the best things you can buy. That's why I love
Yeah.
this. I still think there's amazing products coming out in retail right now, and that
Oh,
are going to continue to
phenomenal.
come out for the next year. I mean, it's just going to go
Phenomenal.
crazy. You're going to have selects and optics, and the football season is going to be crazy. They're coming out with soccer products and UFC products, and good or bad, there's just a lot coming. And I don't think, as bearish as I am, I think this year is still going to be a lot of consumption and a lot of money, and there's still opportunity out there. So it's
I
going to be
don't
fun.
think it's going to go away for a while. At the
Yep.
reality, as long as much as people hate flippers, they do kind of help escalate the market.
Yeah. Well, again, I defend flippers because I look at it as a business. You're fast and you're taking advantage of your time and your speed and your technology. It's no different, in my opinion, than allocated breakers. Okay, an allocated breaker is getting the box at $150. Do you think he breaks it at $200 or even $500? No, he breaks it at market value. And if market
Right.
value is $1,500, he's not telling you he bought it at $150, right? So
Yeah.
there's just all sorts of different runs in the area. Even look at guys who I get raw cards, I grade them. I put like maybe $50 into the card. I know the market value might be 500 on that, right? Am I a bad person for that? No. Again, it's just the hobby. So I love flippers. I will defend flippers to the day. You know who I don't like, Roman? I can't stand repackers.
Repackers.
like
I
repack
promise you, I'm not a repacker.
To me, repack is I'm too lazy to sell the product, and I know it's not worth it. So I'll put one thing that's good and a bunch of other crap in some other boxes, and I'm your friend, right? Oh, come check out my.
Yeah.
I just can't stand repacks. Anyway, man, this has been awesome. Anything else we should hit on? I'll just mention a couple other things in the group, which I'm not going to show right now. You'll see success. There's a success channel where they show you some of the stuff they've got, so you can see this isn't BS. It is a friendly group where people do answer your questions. Roman's always been great getting back to me. I like that. You can just kind of lurk in there and learn. And like I said, to me, I get the alerts on my iPhone right now from my Discord app, which just simply tells me when they're hitting the Walmart, the Target. And, depending where I am, I try sometimes to go after it. I haven't got anything yet, but just being aware. And like we said, the numbers are only going to get bigger in the favor of, there's going to be more fish in the pond, right? And yeah, there's a lot of people with bots, but as he said, my takeaway from this, everybody, tonight is that I'm going to focus on Target. I'm going to watch Target because they've got those limiting factors, right? We know Target's going to go all online, so they're going to have bigger numbers. So to me, I'm going to look at Target. I'm going to use the monitor, focus on Target, and try to get some kills.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to add is please make sure you have these factors, because this is not an easy thing. You can't expect to hop on with your 2012 iPhone and be able, which is going at 3G, and be able to purchase product. So here's what you need. You need phenomenal internet service.
Yeah.
You need a quick computer, preferably a 1660 or quicker, for those people who know about the computer specs.
Yep.
I myself have a 2070. I'm on a laptop right now. I have like a Razer. Yeah, believe so. But it does the job. I'm able to run my bots. That's another thing. If you have, a $300 computer, your $300 computer is not going to be able to hold your $1,000 bot. It's not going to run.
Yeah.
In that case, if you don't want to buy a new computer, there's a thing called a server, and we could also help hook you up with that as well. We're partnered with a company which sells servers, and basically with a server, it's a cloud-based computer. So and it performs a lot quicker than my computer and my Wi-Fi combined. So basically, here's how to explain it. It's a cloud-based computer, right? And it has its headquarters in Virginia, along with its IP address in Virginia. And let's say if I'm getting 600 on my computer, I'm gonna use a random number, like 600 milliseconds or
latency.
Yep, they're gonna get 900. And it's a lot faster. And
So how does this work then? I get the alert on the monitor on my phone, and I use my phone to basically tunnel into the server that's making the transaction.
You're gonna have to use it on a computer. That's the reality.
Okay, so I'm still on my laptop, but I'm going through the server.
Yeah, you could open up your server on your phone, which is cool. In case, like, let's say you're not home, right? And you're like, oh, there's a drop coming right now, and your bot is connected to your server. You could just click start from your phone, which is a cool thing. Because most bots do not have app features, so that's a very cool thing. And a server, the cheapest one is going to run you about $65 a month. I do advise that if you're long term, just get the computer. But if you just want to try it out and you want a server, we could also help you out with that as well.
I know the Virginia thing. It's funny. I live in Virginia. I know that for people who don't know this, I think like 60% of all internet speed and traffic goes through the DC area because you had the AOL, MCI, all this backbone. There's the most fiber in the area, and it supports like the whole Eastern network. Hopefully hackers aren't, I'm sure hackers already know this. What am I kidding? But we support the entire the whole financial district on that backbone. So it does make sense. If you have a server there, you're gonna get much faster. And again, it shows you this is a battle, man. It's time, speed. There's so many things going into this. So don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
Be aware.
Just be ready to adapt and to learn. Another thing I want to talk about is bots moving in price based on their performance. So I personally think in the next 2 weeks, bots will skyrocket in price only because of the demand. So for example, I'll use my own bot as example. I bought Stellar at $600. Its current value is probably around 400 because it has been underperforming. With that being said, I've known bots who have went from 1,000 to 2,000 in the past month because they have been performing. So you're buying an asset. You can always sell it. Keep in mind this. If you ever let's say this is not for me, you sell your bot and you could even profit from the bot.
So when I buy one of those bots, I'm one of many members who have Stellar, and there's somebody who's tweaking Stellar, who's managing the Stellar app, and then sending the updates out, right? So you're not just buying the app, you're buying somebody who's supporting that.
Yes, you're buying the software. You're buying the software, and the software is supported every day. Like personally, I don't even think the Stellar dev sleeps. He's on all day. Because keep in mind, like let's say Best Buy dropped today, which it did in the morning. He has to turn on bypass. Then he has to go fix AMD. Then he has to get ready for Target or Walmart to drop. When you have a bot supporting all these websites, a bot in most cases isn't only going to support one. I know, for example, eStock supports Amazon, Walmart, and Target, I believe.
Let me ask you something. This guy, if I'm the guy who makes the bot, do I get any recurring revenue, or am I just getting a one? It depends, right?
Yes.
I do want recurring revenue to keep me getting up every morning, right?
So, in most cases, bots have like monthly or quarterly renewal fees, which makes sense. So, let me break it down for someone who wants to get into a group. Into this game, and it's gonna sound like absurd, but okay. I'm gonna use my group and just say $40 a month, right? You're gonna have what the group does, it provides information. Having a bot without a group is useless, and having a group without a bot isn't useless, but it's better to have a bot.
Makes sense.
You can still purchase, correct? So $40 a month. Let's say you purchase eStock. eStock is currently let's do a good one. Yes, eStock. eStock is currently about 2,500. It's you purchase it for $2,500. So it's a one-time payment, and then it has a monthly fee of around $20.
Okay.
Then you have more costs. You have to pay for proxies.
Yep.
Proxies, for those of you who aren't familiar, is basically like your IP address, and you have to jig it for certain websites. You're paying for proxies. Proxies could run you up to 50. It depends how hard you go.
Yep.
You could spend between $50 to $200 a month on proxies. Then your final cost will likely be CAPTCHA solver. For those of you who don't know, CAPTCHA is the thing that, like, when you try to make a purchase, it's like select this, and the bot does all that for you. Keep that in mind. But that should run you about $20 a month as well. So it's not cheap.
And there's a
However,
lot of working pieces you've got to understand and put together, which is again
exactly.
why
So
they come to a group like yours to learn, to get the chef who's going to help them cook before they get their own bot. You can't just go out and get your own bot tomorrow and be successful, is the way I'm taking this from. Right. So if someone's trying to sell you a bot, beware.
I would bet like all my assets against it.
Yeah.
I
think that's a very important part. There's so many pieces going into this. So like you said, you have a bot you use now. It hasn't been great. Sometimes it hits and it doesn't. Your goal is you'd like to get to the point where you guys can build your own bot that's powerful, that's tweaked, that can go after some of the big kills. Some of the competitors are out there doing it.
At the end of the day, even if we can't get our own bot, we still tell members which ones to buy, which ones are doing great. So as of right now,
a person to somebody who wants a bot, right? You know who the right person is. You don't vet them.
Exactly. So as of right now, I could confirm that Lex, which is around $1,400 to $1,500, did pretty good on last target. KSR, which is between 3,000 to 4,000 now, did very good on target last Friday. I can confirm today Dragon, which is 18,000, maybe took 80 to 90% of stock on Walmart.
Can I ask, are they global? Are they US based? Or they make a difference?
Dragon is global.
So does it mean that Asia's getting a lot of those? Like, is Asian market hitting our targets?
So no, in terms of so Dragon
they can't ship there, right?
Yes. So Dragon users may also use it for shoes, and 80% of Dragon users are in fact from Asia because they use it for the Asian exclusive shoes. Okay. However, they do not attack our, as far as I know, our market in terms of the United States.
Yeah, and again, another thing is they're not shipping to China. They're gonna have to ship probably to proxies in the US.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility. Maybe a few select of them are doing it, but the majority is no. But majority of Dragon users are using it for shoes for Asia.
Now, with those big bots like that, when you talk about they're spending 18,000, how many people have access to that bot, you think, at a time? Are we talking hundreds, thousands, tens?
That one is very limited. I know under 1,000, maybe like 500 to 600. It's very limited.
So 500 another people use that bot to take down that much. It wasn't one person taking down 80% of the product. It's the bot.
So keep in mind, the majority of Dragon owners are from Asia, which means let's just say 40% of Dragon owners are from the United States, correct? So let's just let's just say 200 users have Dragon. So 200 people in the United States took 90% of Walmart stock today. Yeah.
And again, it's not going to change, man. It's not going to change.
It's not going to change.
What about Panini and Topps? You guys, are there success there? I guess the monitors will tell you when Topps is dropping Bowman. I mean, I know that's important to know just when the drop's going to happen, right?
Yeah. So, we were on top of the Forza. We were on top of the F1 drop, even Europe exclusive. Some of my members.
How about the Trevor Lance, the Trevor things? You get those Trevor boxes?
I actually purchased two myself. However, they were a huge risk, and I let the group know. They dropped on no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Fanatics. But yes, we were on top of the Trevor Lance as well, and we did have a couple of success. But even if it's for personals, Fanatics during it was draft night, Fanatics dropped like the 99 Trevor Lawrence numbered, and I was like, listen, guys, buy your own risk. I risked it a bit. I was able to purchase one, and I already sold it for like $150 profit.
Yeah. In fact, there's another thing to mention. I noticed that your monitors will tell you what the price is. And what you also tell what the aftermarket prices are going at, right? in some of your alerts.
It does not say the aftermarket price, but it does say the price there before taxes and shipping.
Okay. I mean,
Because the aftermarket,
I think one of your other things you were saying, what this costs or something. You gave some information at some point telling people, which I thought was helpful because they could see, hey, if I buy this for $9, I could resell for 30 or something.
yes. So we do have a guide for that. We also provide another thing is links. So let's say you have a bot, right? And you're like, oh, I want to run Prism, but I don't have the link for it. You know, we got you covered when it comes to that. We basically have all the tools set up.
So just ask questions and you get answers.
Ask questions. Ask questions. We're here to answer. We're here to help.
It's awesome. It is awesome, man. This is amazing stuff. I think this is great. Like I said, I'm super excited. I'm definitely in the monitor part. I want to learn about the bots. We're going to talk later about that off camera. And I'm just excited, man. Anything else, Roman?
No, that's it. You know, I just want to sum it up once again. I don't want to oversell my product. I'm being completely honest with you guys. This is survival of the fittest at its finest.
Yeah.
And that's hate it, love it. You got to deal with it if you want to continue this hobby. And this is what you're gonna have to deal with. So either join him or you lose, I guess.
Yeah. If you can't beat him, you join him, right?
Exactly.
And this is one group. I like what you guys are doing. Hey, it's the hobby. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of interesting comments. Love it or hate it. Like you said, take it for what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video, guys. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
like I said, look for those comments.